Hi there, Chris here with another quick tip for you all. In this video we're going to continue our look at painting Imperial Fists from the Horus Heresy Betrayal at Calth box set. And so as you can see here, we have our Imperial Fist. He's already been base coated, he's already got some damage going on, and so in this video we are going to work on the chapter icon, the infamous Imperial Fist symbol. To get us started, we're going to use some white scar with some Lamaine medium to help thin it out. Help with control. Prefer medium over water as it thins the paint down and maintains control without it going all over the place. Typical with water, basically just breaks down that surface tension really. And as you can see here, we simply start by drawing a circle. Now I like to start the circle just a little bit smaller than what I'm imagining on the entirety of the shoulder pad, just so that I can slowly build the roundness out. And once I'm happy with the overall size of the circle, then I'll just begin filling it in. And as you can see here with the brush, I'm using a detail brush here to achieve all of this. And we're keeping the paint fairly thin, and so we can work with many layers, but you can see how the underlayer of the armor and everything like that, and all the previous battle damage and all that is showing through. And so we will have to apply more than one layer, but that is fine because, you know, it helps maintain control, and as long as we're careful, nothing funny will happen. And you can see that's after about 3 layers of white, and it's all nice and bright. Abaddon Black is next with, yes, of course, Lamaine medium. Let's slap a little bit onto our palette, take a little bit of a medium and mix it in, thin it down just ever so slightly, and then we are going to begin by drawing the border onto this symbol itself, trying to maintain a fairly consistent line as we work our way around the symbol itself. We're staying just outside the white, and we're just trying to catch just that border. We don't want any of the white peeking through any of the black areas, kind of like on the upper portion there. We'll have to thicken that up just a little bit. When you are drawing with your brush, and of course you're using a fine detail brush, something that you can get to a nice fine point, you always want to make sure that you're working with those bristles perpendicular to the surface. As you can see here, I've started to get a little overzealous with how thick I was building up that line, and so that's not a big problem to fix, as long as it's on you know, the inside or outside, whichever end is more consistent with you know, how you want things to appear. You can see here I'm coming back in with some white scar, and it's thinned out just a little bit, and I'm just simply going to re-thin out these lines a bit here and just reestablish that more dominant white area on the, because I really don't want the border to be too thick. It's fairly thick, but I didn't want it to be, you know, just overbearing. And so again, it just takes a couple passes just to make sure you get it nice and even, and you block it all out, and again you get that circle nice and clear again. Here I'm just simply pushing some of the white around just to get it nice and smooth. And then again, we're going to come back in with some Abaddon Black, and we're going to begin drawing the icon itself. Here I could have drew this little triangular shape a little closer down to the bottom, and as you'll see will cost me later on. Again, the more times you practice drawing this symbol onto the Marines, the better and more proficient you'll become, of course. And I like to, oftentimes with a lot of painting, I like to start from the bottom and work my way up. And so with the symbol itself, I start from the bottom. And it's kind of just breaking the shapes down when you see the fist. And again, the way the symbol is laid out, and it's got those, you know, just kind of sections to it, it's pretty easy to see each section that you need to work on. The wrist section is basically this big triangular shape, and then you have these little kind of pizza pie type shapes flanking it, and that's really kind of the beginning of the thumb and the pommel of the hand. And then of course I began to draw in the thumb, and I didn't leave enough room for the fingers, and so as I started to draw in the fingers, you can see it gets really crowded up near the top, again because I started that triangle just a little too high. Really where you want that triangle is that bottom portion of that triangle just touching the border itself of the symbol. But that's okay, because we're just going to simply make lemonade out of these lemons. And again, when you do make mistakes, you know, just kind of run with it. Don't have to, you know, get freaked out or anything and, you know, scrap the whole project. Unless, of course, you're going for some display standard, then yeah, you might want to start over again. Here you can see I'm simply coming back in, reestablishing the outside of the shape and the border with the icon, and then I'm going to simply fill in and draw the lines for the thumb and the fingers. There's also this little bit inside, in between the thumb and the pummel, that's this like little kind of diamond shape that just gets fitted in there, and I'll fit that in later on. And for the fingers, I simply just break up the overall shape that I had created up at the top, and you can see it's kind of uneven, but then I'll even it out later on. But otherwise, it's pretty straightforward. You just kind of, you know, go back and forth, kind of correcting some of your little boo-boos here and there. And again, the more times you do draw this, the more proficient you will become at getting it done. And of course, you don't want to go too big or too small, and I went with a fairly large symbol, as you know, you figure you'd have a fairly straightforward time getting it done. There you can see I'm fixing up some of those fingers in there. And again, when we are drawing, you know, you want to be very comfortable when you are doing this. And of course, you do want to have your sharpest bristles available when you are working on this, as anything less, it's just not going to get the job done. And so after cleaning it up just a little bit, we're going to come in with some Averland Sunset. Now this is going to be something kind of fun here, as it looks a little too clean on the model. So we're going to take a little bit of a sponge, Averland Sunset here. And we're we're using one of the corners of the sponge here, and just very lightly here, we're going to dab straight in and straight out at the symbol itself. And this is to emulate that some of that symbol is chipping away from the armor. Now, I picked Averland Sunset. I could have threw in a little bit of Uriel Yellow just to get it a little closer to that base tone that's there, because again, that's not the tones that we used to get to this point. Some of you may recall from the previous videos. And so it is a bit of a guess, but that's okay, because it does match up fairly close once it's dry. And of course, you know, it gives us that illusion that the symbol itself is chipping away. But that is it. That's the chapter icon of the Imperial Fist. It's as easy as that. Do not be afraid to give it a try. We've got even more painting tutorials in the silver MiniWarGaming vault. You can watch another one today about doing how I did the battle damage on this guy. Just click the link in the video description below to watch it right now. If you don't have a MiniWarGaming vault subscription, you can click the link and sign up for a 7-day free trial. Make sure that you click the silver membership so that you get access to the painting tutorials, and you'll get instant access to over 1,000 painting tutorials already in the vault. And so once again, thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment below about what you would like to see in future quick tips. Happy wargaming.